Lenny Wilkens knows plenty not only about the Hall of Fame, but this class in particular, elected as a player and a coach. Lenny coached both Dennis Johnson and was an assistant on the original Dream Team squad as well. And Lenny's kind enough to join us now by phone. Let's start with Dennis Johnson, who you coached in Seattle. What's the first thing you think of when you recall those days with DJ?
Well, he was a great defensive player, and he's the type of guy that could have an impact on a game because of his defensive ability. But I'm really happy about him being selected for the Hall of Fame. He certainly is deserving. He was just a great player for me to coach.
Coach Wilkens, back in 1978, you guys had what looked like a golden opportunity for a championship, being up 3-2 in a series against the Bullets. And then Dennis Johnson in that seventh game had an 0-for-14 performance. The next year, obviously, you gave Seattle its first and only championship. What was it about that game, do you think, that lasted in Dennis Johnson's or his mind, preparing him for the next season and eventually being an MVP in the following season?
Well, Brent knows this. When you're a pro player, if you have an off game, you want to redeem yourself as quick as possible. Unfortunately, we had to wait a whole year. But I kept telling Dennis, hey, listen, we win as a team, we lose as a team. And, it wasn't like he was taking bad shots. He had an off game. And but I knew that the whole team was anxious to get back to the finals the next year. And usually the really good players, if they get an opportunity to get back, they're going to play better.
Lenny, that 1992 Dream Team was such a phenomenon, not only in terms of basketball, but culturally as well, with all the iconic figures on that roster, the way they were treated in Barcelona during the summer games. As an assistant, what do you remember? What stands out for you from that 92 Summer Olympics?
You don't want to know what stands out for me. In fact, I was over there. I tore my Achilles tendon. I completely severed it playing one game of basketball. So that wasn't a good memory. But certainly that was a great team. The thing that stood out was every time we went someplace, they wanted to show the world that they were the best. And so all egos were suppressed. These guys came out and just wanted to be very good.
Coach, you obviously have been inducted in the Hall of Fame as both the player and the coach, and we're hearing your name quite often now because of Don Nelson and the things he's doing in Golden State. Just your thoughts on Nelly and about this record possibly being broken before the end of the season?
Well, Nelly's a great coach. He's had a wonderful career. We've coached against each other. We've been very competitive. I respect him. I think he's done a magnificent job over the years, or else he wouldn't still be there. So, it's records are meant to be broken. It's going to happen sooner or later, and I always thought that it would be between Nelly and Pat Riley, and of course Pat Riley's retired, so Don is the guy that's going to do it.
Well, 15 years is a pretty good run to hold that title, all-time winningest head coach in the NBA. You've had it since 1995. Lenny, thanks for being with us.
Okay, well, thank you for having me.
All right, Lenny Wilkens, the great player and coach. Younger viewers may not remember what a good player Lenny Wilkens was in St. Louis and other places.
What I liked is that Lenny avoided the fact that he didn't want to say that Coach Nelson was old. Because you really, in order to break the records nowadays, you got to be in this game a long time. 30-plus years for Don Nelson as a player coach. Unbelievable that he's reached this milestone.
Have to have staying power.
Staying power helps.